Today we're looking at two of the hottest budget adventure bikes of 2025. The KTM 390 Adventure R and the CFMOTO 450MT. Both promise big adventure on a smaller budget, but which one deserves a spot in your garage? Under the fairing, the KTM runs a single-cylinder engine, while the 450MT gets a parallel twin with a 270-degree crank. And not only does it have more cylinders, but it also packs a bit more displacement, 50cc more to be exact. That said, the KTM hits back with a much higher compression ratio, helping it squeeze out more power despite the smaller engine. Both bikes feature a double overhead cam with 4 valves per cylinder for the valve train, and power is sent to the rear wheel through a 6-speed gearbox with a slipper clutch. So, how do those engine specs translate to their power output? Interestingly, even with a smaller engine and just one cylinder, the KTM manages to make a bit more horsepower, around 3 more than the CFMOTO. On the flip side, the CFMOTO produces slightly more torque, about 3 Nm more, and both bikes hit their peaks at the same RPM. As for weight, KTM lists the 390 Adventure wet weight at 165 kilos, but without fuel, while CFMOTO gives us a fully fueled wet weight of 185 kilos. So to make it fair, I did some quick math. With KTM's 14-liter tank and fuel density around 0.74, the KTM gains roughly 10 kilos when fully fueled, bringing it to about 175 kilograms, still lighter than the CFMOTO. So yeah, with more horsepower and less weight, the KTM ends up with a better power-to-weight ratio. Electronics-wise, the KTM definitely takes the win here. Besides ABS, it's got a 3D IMU and ride-by-wire throttle, which means you get 3 riding modes: street, rain, and off-road. Rain mode tones down the throttle response, and off-road mode lets the rear spin up a bit and activates the off-road ABS. The CFMOTO? It does have an off-road mode, but it doesn't change throttle response or ABS settings. It just turns off traction control and ABS altogether. Both bikes come with traction control, but the KTM's is more advanced and lean sensitive. The KTM also comes with cruise control, and a quick shifter is optional, while the CFMOTO doesn't get either. Both bikes feature TFT displays and Bluetooth connectivity. Both bikes use a trellis frame, but the MT gets chromoly steel, which is said to be stronger and lighter, while the KTM sticks with a regular steel alloy. Up front, you've got upside-down forks with adjustable rebound and compression on both bikes, and a rear monoshock with adjustable preload and rebound, though the KTM offers a bit more travel. For braking, the CFMOTO gets a 4-piston J1 caliper, while the KTM uses a 2-piston by Brie caliper, both paired with 320mm discs up front. The KTM has a significantly taller seat height, while the CFMOTO sits 30mm lower, and you can lower it even further by simply adjusting the linkage bolt position. The CFMOTO also has a slightly longer wheelbase, and as for tires, both bikes run similar sizes and share the same rim dimensions. When it comes to fuel capacity, the heavier CFMOTO holds 3 liters more fuel than the KTM, but with its bigger engine and extra cylinder, it ends up with slightly worse fuel economy compared to the KTM. Then as for price, the KTM comes in at $6,999, while the CFMOTO undercuts it by $500, coming in at just $6,499.